Going into the class, I was aiming to come up with a topic that would be of service to the New Media Communications program and the university, thus the topic of media literacy. Also, there was the desire to support our need for additional technical resources, equipment. So that was the framework which I kind of went into the class with, and with some readings and backgrounds that the students could get into. So really initially setting it up, trying to find out what the students' capabilities were, what their skills were, meeting with students individually to try to find their interests and skill set. With that, I felt confident that the students could lead this. Felt I needed to once in a while step in, make sure things were going all right, maybe shift the leadership a little bit partway through. But really, I was trying to play the role of someone who could review the work, give feedback on the work, kind of help contain the overall class and project and make sure things are moving forward, but trying to whatever degree possible to let the students direct this project.
The projects for this term was trying to define media literacy and working on a TRF grant proposal. We kind of did like a student collaborative that will go in support of what the teachers are trying to do. So we decided that we would make a video skit of comparing people's professional jobs and using unprofessional equipment, just kind of something to lighten up the mood. And followed by some interviews with administrators and teachers around the campus to help basically back up why new media students need professional equipment, why we need to know how that equipment works. So that's what we've been working on in our final project. Media literacy is more of a broader topic, addressing how people need media literacy in order just to learn in general.
Working in a team and collaborating came along really naturally for our group, I think. Everyone just kind of threw out ideas of what they think they were best at, and fortunately for us, we kind of had enough people to fulfill every role. We all kind of just mentioned our natural abilities, and we ended up having everything we needed.
The role I played for the project, Jessica and I were like the documentary behind the scenes. So every time someone would go to a shoot, every time somebody would like go to do something, one of us would always try to be there to capture the moment in action and putting it all together in the end. And these interviews is part of our project.
Since my role was a director as well as an editor, I was doing a lot of the behind the camera as well as the editing. So my other group members would set up the shoots, set up the talent, and then I would film and edit with my partner Mike, who helped me edit, and we delineated the director roles.
I would say if I had to classify myself, I was a scheduler. That's the majority of what I did, was just scheduling, tracking down people for interviews, coordinating with the alumni staff here to get me in contact with alumni, as well as tracking down those alumni any way I could to get interviews.
I came up with the original idea for the TRF grant that my team ended up kind of taking, and we all formed and made it into our own and expanded it, and it was really cool to see it come to life, and I appreciate that my teammates did that for me. They took my idea and made it a reality.
My class time was used mostly to edit once we got to that phase. Before that, we talked a lot about what we were going to do for the projects, just a lot of planning.
I handled scheduling interviewers and the interviewees, emails, that sort of thing. Towards the end, I started scheduling website time, and then I did the fireman, setting up that whole shoot, but towards the end I definitely started going to more web design and design the website to put all of our media.
Doing editing for videos that we've shot thus far. I do a little bit of planning with other students, and I help give direction where is needed.
The tools that we used were a DSLR camera, a tripod, a Zoom mic, Final Cut Pro, and Facebook.
A Mac, either here or at my own place of living, and a bamboo drawing tablet, because after I got done meeting with Tyler or Sasha with the storyboards, I would go home, scan those onto the computer and draw a more finalized version of them using Photoshop.
We used Canon DSLRs. We've used Adobe Premiere, Final Cut Pro, Photoshop.
We were keeping in contact through, we shared a lot of stuff on Google Drive and Facebook, which was annoying, but we contacted each other on Facebook. And also, towards the end, we got each other's numbers and we texted and had a nice, cool little family group text message going on.
My favorite part, just working as a team. This has really been the first time where I've worked with other NMC students with a vast majority of different skills between web design, photo or video editing, and photo editing, in fact. And it's just been a really great experience.
Working with people and getting to know all of you and getting to go to all the on-site shoots. I thought that was pretty cool.
I've never had a job before, ever in my life. And so, I know, as embarrassing as that sounds, whatever. But it was kind of cool this is kind of like a real life experience thing because you're working with a group, you have a project that you have to get done, Todd was kind of overseeing everything. He wasn't getting involved too much, but he was just kind of guiding us. So it was kind of cool as we kind of got to take the class into our own hands, I guess you would say, and kind of do that. So that was a cool real life experience that I've never gotten to do before.
And for me, just sitting around, having the conversations, letting this be a group brainstorming thing, letting the group shape it, and having me not directly guide it, that was the best part. And seeing that and seeing people develop in their skills, seeing people who didn't know much about a certain topic learn and step up to the plate, people who knew something have to grow and maybe work better as a team. That's certainly the best part about the class.
Over the course of the term, I improved skills in terms of teamwork for sure, and just working with other students and collaboration. And my main focus was pre-production, so I had the chance to put those into use. It was nice to take skills that I've learned in classes and actually apply them to something.
Learning how to handle cameras a little bit more, learning how to, conduct interviews, learning how to place them, how to ask questions. And also I've improved on using Final Cut. I've actually never used Final Cut before. I've used other sorts of cutting programs, I guess, but I haven't used Final Cut, so I got to learn how to do that.
This course has really helped me learn how to collaborate with others. Normally I'm not really comfortable with working in a big group, so being forced to work with a wide variety of people has really helped me learn how to do such a project. And especially since everyone has a different kind of skill set, it's helped me learn how to manage a large group of varied skills and learn how to make everyone mesh together to produce something that is better than what I could do on my own.
Learning how to work on a team, so teamwork. Before this, I've worked on teams before, but it's usually been through email or IM, so getting this up close and personal experience with working with other people has been a pretty good experience, and I'm happy I got it. It's also made me better at graphics and storyboarding. I've improved on those skills. I'm very fast at them now, and I believe that will help me later on after graduation.
Video editing, photo editing, recording in general, as well as how to put a project together and work with a group.
This course, I have been able to improve my people skills as well as my management skills. I've also gotten to do a tiny bit of filming, which will also be good to put on my resume.
And it's kind of hard in a lot of classes here. They don't offer you actual hands-on, being able to run a project or run a project with other people. So I felt like that really did help, especially getting on the verge of graduation. A lot of times when you go in the working world, they're expecting you to be a team player. They're expecting, you've done certain things in college. So that is one big skill and attribute I feel like that will help not just myself, but others in the class.
This class has given me the skills to produce a different kind of media that I've been accustomed to. So I learned all the aspects of producing a documentary style film versus what I'm more comfortable with, which is a high action promotional style video. So I'm glad that this course has let me get my hands dirty and learn exactly every aspect of producing a documentary.
My future is ideally in media management, so this was a great course to have, giving me essentially real life skills by building and working with a team and being able to manage that team.
This course is important as a required course because it's different from all the other classes you take. It gives you the opportunity to really focus on one project instead of multiple, and just work with other people and put all your energy into creating one really important thing.
Much like the practicums give us that practice skill, this gives us that coordination between NMC students and that collaboration, which is something that we're going to do. I would be very surprised if more than 10% of NMC students had a job where they were working by themselves, because really when we go out into the working field, we're going to be placed into teams, and we're going to have to work with other people, again, with vastly different skills, and somehow come up with a good product.
So what was cool about this project is everyone was able to try out anything that they were interested in trying, whether that be production or storyboarding. We were all given equal opportunity to try out and utilize our skills or improve them.
The capstone model of a small group of people in a team is something I definitely want to continue, and this follows up on a similar project I did last year with a different group of students. The great part about it is it will always change because it will always be a different group of students. And it will also always change because I'll always be looking for a way to make a class project relevant to the students and to the university in our program. So there will always be flexibility and variability. So yes, I will continue that. It is unpredictable and it's messy in those regards, but it's also extremely satisfying. So definitely working in teams, small teams, is something I plan to continue, and I'd like to see more courses offer this opportunity.